Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm mtbirchfield, and we are back today with a different style of video. Recently in my comments section, I had somebody ask me my opinion on teams for each division of competitive battles within PokeMMO. If you don't know, there's overused, underused, never used, and untiered and little cup. So I'm going to go through and do a series presenting a team for each single division. Maybe this is the best team, maybe it's not, but this was a team that I put together that I thought synergized well, that they worked off of each other's abilities, typings, all of this good stuff together, and it kind of made a team that flows really well and I think could be good on the competitive scale. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be covering PokeMMO's Underused and what I would use for a team in Underused. The first Pokemon I picked is a physical sweeper, and I picked Arcanine. I went with Arcanine's EVs being 72 into HP, 252 into attack, and 176 into speed. That way it has decent bulk, a really good attack stat, and then also 176 speed to give it that extra little oomph when it goes after an attack. Also, you could choose an Adamant or Jolly Nature. Adamant if you want a little bit more power to hit. Jolly Nature for the speed. Personally, I would lean towards Jolly, but it's up to you. Ability is Flash Fire, and you're going to see why later. For one of the other Pokemon that's on this team, it's to cover that Pokemon on switch ends to one of its few weaknesses. The item of choice would be the Choice Band to increase the power of those physical attacking moves. A lot of the move set, and this is the reason for the investment into HP, are going to be moves that will reduce your health due to recoil damage. So we want to make sure that we have plenty of power behind our attacks when we hit. So moving on to the move set for Arcanine, I would go with Flare Blitz. It is a very powerful physical attack for fire type. Extreme Speed for trying to get those KOs on Pokemon that you've just got to outspeed. And then Wild Charge to cover its water weakness in the event that Sun is not up on the field. And then the final move could be Close Combat or Morning Sun. Close Combat would help you good against a range of different Pokemon. Any that you would come up, like an Ice type, which I don't really know what an Ice type would be in on this Pokemon, but Rock types, any of those. Or you could go with Morning Sun, and it could give some extra longevity to Arcanine. Morning Sun, when Sun is up, will restore 2/3 of its health, so that is a very good move, and it's a half of its health at points when it does not have Sun up, and then if there's another type of rain, it's 1/3 of its health. So Morning Sun's a good move. So our next Pokemon is going to be a special sweeper, Alakazam. Its EV investment's going to be pretty straightforward. Alakazam's pretty much a glass cannon, so we're going to go 252 into special attack, 4 into special defense, and 252 into speed to give it that extra little power to get through and make sure it gets the hit off. We're going to go with a timid nature to make sure it has as much speed as possible. And in PokeMMO, the sad thing is that hidden abilities have not been implemented yet, so its hidden ability would be Magic Guard, which would make it perfect to pair with a Life Orb, but since it can't get Magic Guard, we're going to go with Synchronize. And that way, if you get burned, paralyzed, put to sleep, it will do the same thing to your opponent. The item will be Focus Sash. That way, if he does get hit on maybe a quick attacking move, like a Sucker Punch or something like that, you can still get an attack off, and then hopefully the next turn outspeed whatever comes onto the field. The moveset for this Pokemon are going to be Psychic for powerful stab damage, Shadow Ball to prevent any ghost types from coming in on him, Energy Ball just to help with some of the water types that might come up against Arcanine, and then Hidden Power Fighting. And Hidden Power Fighting is of course for dark type Pokemon. Our third Pokemon for the team is going to be a mixed sweeper, and I went with, guess who? Metagross. Now, I was as surprised as everybody else is that Metagross is somehow in the underused in Pokemon because it's a pseudo-legendary, it's really powerful, but this actually works to our advantage because it's a pretty good mixed sweeper. So we're going to go with the EVs being 252 into attack, 228 into special attack, and then 28 into speed. That way it's well-rounded in every form of attacking. Its nature is going to be Naughty, and then going with the ability, we're going to go with Clear Body. I pretty much assume that's the only ability it can get. The hidden ability is not in the game. Item, Life Orb to give it a little bit of extra power when attacking in any form, whether it be physical or special. And then its moveset would be Meteor Mash for Stab Steel, Hidden Power Fire to build off of these fire attacks that we're going to be running with this Sun team, Grass Knot or Ice Punch. It's up to you, whichever one you feel like would work better. I know that there's going to be different types attacking this thing and all, but Grass Knot's pretty good to combat some of the stuff that's in underused, like Slowbro or Jellicent, and then Ice Punch can be used to take on dragon types if you want to. And the final move is Zen Headbutt, and Zen Headbutt will help give a stab attack that is physical in nature. So pretty good moveset for Metagross. Alrighty, so our physical wall is going to be Torkoal. Now, Torkoal, of course, is going to be our Sunsetter, so Torkoal is very important to this team. I went for the EVs on Torkoal with 248 HP, 252 defense, and 8 special defense. This thing is going to be an absolute physical wall. We're investing everything into that. If you know Torkoal, it has a ton of physical defense. Its nature is going to be bold, just helping to boost that defense even more. And with the ability, we're going to go with Drought. Drought, of course, sets Sun when it comes onto the field, and the item of Heat Rock to extend that to 7 turns. Then for our move set, we're going to go with Rapid Spin to spin away any entry hazards. Lava Plume, that just gives us a powerful fire type attack. Stealth Rocks to set our own entry hazards, and then Will-O-Wisp to spread burn on physical attackers. That way when it comes in to block physical attackers, it can also take away their power with the burn. For our special wall, we're going to go with Ludicolo, and Ludicolo's EV spread is going to be 248 into HP, 204 into special defense, 56 into speed. Now that 56 into speed is going to help it because it has the ability Swift Swim, so if you somehow run into a rain team or somebody setting rain, it's going to help you out. Nature is going to be Calm, ability, like I said, Swift Swim, and then its item of choice will be Leftovers. Now, for the move sets for Ludicolo, Ludicolo can get Scald, which helps to spread burn, Giga Drain, which is a powerful stab special attack. We're also going to go for Synthesis, for health recovery, and then on the last slot, I was kind of divided. I said you could either go with Leech Seed to just be annoying and set up seeds and gain health from the opponent, or with Toxic. That way you can spread around poison to your opponent and make sure that you can decrease the longevity of the opponent's team. Lastly is our scouting Pokemon, which will usually lead in the battle. It's going to be Flygon. I decided to go with EVs 252 into attack, 4 into special defense, 252 into speed. With a jolly nature, this helps to increase its speed, and the ability Levitate is going to make it good for swapping in when ground types come in on Arcanine or on Metagross. That way you can swap it in safely and not worry about taking an Earthquake. The item of choice is going to be the Choice Scarf. That way it increases its speed and gives it a ton of speed to work with when scouting opponents. As far as movesets go, I like U-Turn to be the swapping out turn. That way you get at least a little bit of damage. Volt Switch is okay, but if the opponent's using a ground type, it can be ineffective. At least U-Turn will always get damage. Outrage is another powerful dragon type attack that will help Flygon to deal out massive damage. Earthquake, once again, more stab, and then Fire Punch to just spread that fire typing attack, and if there's any ice types that come in on Flygon, that way you can hit them super effectively. The only thing to really watch out for with this Flygon is something that can use a priority ice type mood. I think it's Ice Shard, but that they can hit you something like Mamoswine or something like that, which is in underused. So any of these Pokemon that you've seen so far, you can swap in and out with Pokemon of your choice. I just thought this was a decent team, one that's really well synergized and that can work together in order to win battles. The underused Pokemon category doesn't have that many battlers from what I've seen, but it's a very interesting battling type, and I know a lot of people get sick of playing in overused because of the repetitive teams. So if you're sick of playing in overused, why not try out this underused team and go compete in the underused, or better yet, use an underused team and beat the overused opponents. So that's pretty much it for today. If you've enjoyed this team, drop a like down below. If not, drop a dislike, I guess. I don't know. But if you have any comments or suggestions for future videos, I'm going to be going over the never used team next, probably next Monday, and I hope to be able to come up with a pretty good never used team, and we'll keep continuing this on down the line through all of the different tiers of Pokemon for PokeMMO, because this is pretty neat to think about. But just let me know what you think about this team, or if you would substitute anything else in the comment section below, and we will see you again next time, guys.